Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are listening. I am Richard Murray, and this is my reply to episode 89 of Football Crazy. Football Crazy involved K. Murray, Kev Egan, Side Des Norris. K is on Twitter spelled Kaylmurray, KL Murray. Kev is on Twitter spelled KEV_EGAN, Kev Egan. Des is on Twitter spelled PARTIDOPOOPER, Partito Pooper. My talk is available as a transcript in my African American Literary Book Club blog linked in the details to this video. I will note the time to subject matter in the Football Crazy podcast in the transcript. At the end of the transcript, I'll have links to things I refer to. Atlanta United segment. They do have a strong fan base. Check Kev's Twitter for a link to an article explaining the process the owner to Atlanta United did to make the team and grow a potent young fan base. I'm happy Kev has an association to them, but I didn't know K did the FIFA Cup final. Esports is the future in many ways. The audience already exists and is growing. The sponsorship will grow, though modern humanity's majority, which is fiscally impoverished, will always have access to a ball rather than a computer able to play in an online massive multiplayer environment. Esports is not for the global poor. The beautiful game still is. Real Madrid segment. I agreed to K or Gary Bailey concerning Vinicius Jr. or Marcelo. Gary Bailey is on Twitter as GARY_BAILEY1. Gary Bailey 1. I think Vinicius Jr. needed to start against Girona, but Solari is a patient coach, and Marcelo is a willing player. Marcelo never seems unhappy on the bench, but Marcelo's game was grewed around CR7, who only has a replacement in Vinicius Jr. So strategically, Marcelo needs Vinicius Jr.'s game. For me, Sergio Ramos' yellow or red card was more potent. Unfortunately, Dez is correct. Dangerous play is not based on intent, but occurrence. Paul Pogba segue. I agree to Kev's position that pundits have to stop suggesting things that reject fairness. In my opinion, any are willing to think the same. To suggest that Pogba has to not be carded to save the game is false. The rules exist supposedly for all. As a pundit, if you don't speak to equality under the referee, then you are sinful to complain when some suggest favoritism, unless you desire favoritism but are unwilling to say it publicly. Pogba warranted a double yellow in the first half. Commentators display their mentality toward the game in general when they think a player must be protected for media or fiscal profit. Real Madrid segment return. 25th red card for Ramos. I didn't know that. I should have expected such a high number. Real Madrid should tolerate that from Ramos, because only the best defenders risk. Poor defenders don't risk red card situations. The art of defending is risk, in the same way the art of attack is risking looking silly. The art of defense is risking weakening the team. Lopetegui segment. I didn't know Wolverhampton wanted Lopetegui. In retrospect, that would have been a bad choice for a battling English team. Lopetegui, like Coleman at Everton, is a rigid coach that having players to fit his mold can do great, but not having those players is bound to fail. Gareth Bale segment. The link to his gesture is in the transcript page. I comprehend it is against the law, but the question is, does the law need to be changed? I say change the law and allow the gestures. but I don't have the power to change the law, and those in control of the beautiful game are not interested in changing the law, as they feel audiences need to be coddled like children. FC Barcelona versus Valladolid segment. Yes, Jamie Easton on Twitter, spelled Easton Easton Jamie, had a good interview with Kevin Prince Boateng. Boateng, in my view, has always been an honest man and a passionate player. He loves to play the game, artfully, excitingly, but he has never been complicated in his words. I wonder if Kevin Prince will manage or involve himself in the Ghana FA in the future. I oppose Kev Egan's concerning Messi being rotated out. Kev's position is correct strategically, tactically, but not communally. Messi said to the fans of FC Barcelona when the season started they will try to win the UEFA Champions League in all competitions. This is the grind. Messi has put a challenge on himself to lead this team. When he doesn't have the Henry, Eto'o, David Villa, Neymars of the world aside him, it is a challenge. I think Messi can achieve it beside his teammates, but it will be a grind and it is a risk. I wonder about the Copa America. Can Messi be run to the ground for FC Barcelona, even if it leads to all trophies, and then lead Argentina? Kev Egan is correct for me. The opposition to Valverde is aesthetics, though it is the Real Madrid success in the UEFA Champions League that supports it well. But what Kev nor others said in the podcast is how pundits set up the fans. I recall the Pep era. Henry, Eto'o, Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets, Puyol, Piqué, Alves, Abidal, Yaya Toure, Mascherano. Pundits made it seem natural that La Masia provided a near-whole squad at the same time to the first team, and that is not natural. Pundits made it seem Barca has to play the way from Cruyff through Rijkaard through Guardiola. Pundits set up the fans as the internet potency to make pundit bugles louder that Barcelona has only one way to play, and that is why Valverde's success is actually viewed negatively. Though I suggest it is warranted because Mourinho's success from the same pundits is always treated as from an unfortunate beauty. Umtiti will allow for good depth, and big teams have that. Barca during the best seasons had that. Atletico de Madrid segment. The problem is to Morata. It is not enough time for him to gel side Griezmann, and having Costa side Morata will place Griezmann under both for me in the play of game. Allegri segue. Juventus Atleti is a battle. Two teams who are artists in defense and have sharp attacks. It will not be boring for those who enjoy all actions on the pitch, not just goal scoring. Atletico de Madrid return segment. With the contract extension of Simeone, Diego Costa, Morata, Griezmann will come good more next season as they can start that way. Mario Suarez segment. Yes, K. Murray gave him sweets. It is a good one from Des Norris. Sergio Ramos stays clean of sweets. That is why he has more wins. It's good fun. Check it out. Celta Vigo segment. K remember good luck trinkets. I wonder if K has an image or can remember the name to the trinkets. Anyone from Celta Vigo, if you know of these good luck trinkets, please present an image or link. Valencia segment. Marcelino needs sharpness in goal. Sometimes the team is able to set up opportunities but doesn't have the sharpness to score. Does the Valencia board have the confidence that Marcelino can find a better balance? Sevilla versus Villarreal segment. Villarreal is hungry and took advantage against a Sevilla that loses something away from home. I wonder what is the cause in the drop. I call it proper footballers. Proper footballers can play pumped up anywhere. Anywhere. False players need a crowd. Getafe segment. Getafe are 1 point from Champions League spots. That's just simply a nice story. Gabriel Mato in Sports Burst will be on from Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern. I think she's pundit-wise brilliant.